Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. So today I wanted to analyse the claims of sabotage by Hannah Gutierrez Reid on the Alec Baldwin Helena Hutchins shooting on the movie Rust. And I think this is really important because her lawyers, through her lawyers, her attorneys, are now running around stating that it was sabotage. At the very least there was the potential for sabotage. Now in that one statement there is a multitude of arguments against it. First and foremost, to run around and say, well, it was sabotage. It actually, well, the statement itself, and if it was sabotage, the only way sabotage would be able to actually happen and occur and end in the death of someone's life, it presupposes that Hannah Gutierrez Reid and David Halls both aren't going to do their jobs properly. So that one singular statement, in and unto itself, reveals, I guess you could say, that Hannah Gutierrez Reid knew she wasn't going to be doing her job properly, just in that one singular statement. And what I want to do is, well, what I will do, sorry, it's a Sunday, we do things slightly differently here on the weekend. I'm going to pull up her statements by the attorneys, and I'm going to pull up the affidavit, which actually has the interviews on it, and it's interesting. Now she's claiming it was sabotage, when in the affidavit it stated that she actually removed the casing from the revolver, the gun, immediately after it was discharged. Evidence, basically. Now I'm not saying that there's any foul play from her side of things. I just think she's an idiot and just chose to, I guess, take the casing out. Like, I'm not sure why you would do that, but all the same, it was done. So let's take a look at all of this, these evidences, this argument. We'll kind of go from there really on all of this. So this is just one article from Vice. It's just a quick one that I pulled up, which has it. You know, weapons boss suggests the Alec Baldwin situation was sabotage. It's such a nonsensical statement, and it really is. Like I said, in and unto itself, that statement presupposes that Hannah Gutierrez Reid and both David Halls would not do their job correctly. That indicates, right, to even explore that as a theoretical option, the disgruntled camera crew that allegedly, posed as sabotage are going to go, well, there's two avenues. They're apparently mystical, and they just know that they're not going to do their jobs properly, or they watch them and they know that they don't do their jobs properly. Now, both elements, one, essentially is indicating that anyone that believes that is on drugs, and secondly, the other argument's not a good look. A juror's not going to look at that and go, because if they think that the camera crew, even if they took this seriously, which I don't think anyone would, because if this goes to court, which it probably will do, I don't think anyone's going to take a look at this and go, oh yeah, that's definitely the case. But even if they did, the jurors would just say, well, but then they were looking at it and you didn't do your job properly. So let's take a look, right? So the lawyer representing the woman in charge of gun safety on Rust said someone may have intentionally placed a live bullet in a box of dummy rounds being used for the movie in an act of sabotage. Now, even that, just that alone. So they know that they're going to just go pick that one particular round up. There are so many factors at play here, which just render this statement totally ridiculous and absolutely redundant. This is Jason Bowles. Jason Bowles, we'll get a better client, I guess. Now the statement. Now, Reid has come under fire after actor Alec Baldwin shot and killed director of photography Helena Hutchins and injured director Joel Souza using what he believed to be dummy rounds, right? And all of this, whenever I do these videos, lots of people are like, well, it's definitely Alec Baldwin's fault as well. There are so many other reasons, there are so many other steps at play which should have happened first. And yes, you could say, well, Alec Baldwin should have checked. I get that. But let's just explore the other narrative first before we start to discuss any of that. So Bowles said Gutierrez Reid 24 checked the gun on the day. Not immediately before, though. She just checked it on the day. of the fatal shooting to ensure it contained dummy rounds and showed the gun to Assistant Director David Halls. He noted dummy rounds look the same as live rounds, but Gutierrez Reed had been pulling the rounds from a box marked dummy rounds. Now apparently, there are some differentiations here, allegedly, between dummy rounds and live rounds, and I would imagine that there's some differentiation. There were 6 dummy rounds that she had loaded into the firearm that she believed had been dummy rounds, Bowles said. Now that's important. That's important. There were 6. There were 6. Now let's go to the affidavit. Let's go to the affidavit, shall we? So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. So it's not actually in the affidavit, although the affidavit is interesting nonetheless. So we've got, obviously, the statement here by, the attorney. There were 6 dummy rounds that she loaded into the firearm. Right, remember, that's a clear-cut statement from an attorney. And then we get David Hall's statement. Now, David Hall's statement is fascinating. And it really is, right? This is a statement that he actually told to the police. So Halls told the police he couldn't recall how thoroughly he checked the weapon. David advised when Hannah showed him the firearm before continuing rehearsal, he could only remember seeing 3 rounds, he told detectives, according to an affidavit filed in Santa Fe County Magistrate Court. He advised he should have checked all of them, but didn't, and couldn't recall if she spun the drum. So, apparently 6 rounds were loaded, but there was only 3 in there. This is something which was supposedly locked up. We've got conflicting statements of it being locked up, the guns, sorry, locked up between takes. Now we've heard that it was left out, but apparently locked up as well. According to, these statements by the attorney. Safety is, absolutely paramount. They're locked up. But, they're locked up every night and at lunch, and there's no way a single one of them was unaccounted for or being shot by crew members, the statement said. Well, you've either you put 6 rounds in. I mean, David only remembers seeing 3. Apparently, it was left out on a cart at lunch. Literally, in the affidavit, it says a cart. I can't remember exactly where it says here, but it does say a cart, a grey cart basically a grey. Yeah, here you go. Wooden fixture structure, grey brown in colour, pitched roof, blah blah blah. So that's the location. But they were left out on a rolling cart. Starting to sound an awful lot like, well, the attorneys are just kind of playing it up. And then you've got David Halls maybe just dropping the actual truth that, because the thing about David Hall's statement here is that it's just negligence, isn't it? Well, I don't actually know. I don't remember those 3, but she didn't really spin the drum, so I don't really know. Now, it's just stupidity, negligence. Right? He is basically revealing that he didn't actually check it. I'm more inclined to believe this, that he's just an idiot and doesn't command much safety on his set, than the attorney going, there was only 6 rounds, we put 6 dummy rounds in, and magically, sabotage, someone put one in there. I'm less inclined to believe that statement than I am someone just revealing that he's negligent and stupid. Because he's so stupid that he admitted it, basically. So like I said, I thought I would do this video mainly because this whole commentary on it being sabotage is a smokescreen. It's just trying to get away from the fact that you didn't do your job properly. You've got one person admitting that he didn't do his job properly, David Halls, and then Hannah Gutierrez Reed go, no, I absolutely 100% did. Look, David Halls has already admitted he didn't do his goddamn job properly. Somebody put that live round or live rounds in that box. When you do that, you can only have bad intentions because you're going to confuse the rounds if you're the armourer. She was fired by Nicolas Cage on her last film because she was just not good with guns anyway. Somebody intended to sabotage this set with a live round intentionally placed in a box of dummies. Really? That is a massive allegation. Huge allegation. There can be very, very few explanations for why live rounds end up in a box of dummy prop ammunition on a movie set. That whole statement implies that what you're saying is even correct, because we don't know that. We heard that these guns were used for plinking, I believe it's called. Just shooting stuff randomly, just having fun, basically. So we knew that live ammunition was on set anyway. So literally on location. We knew that. We've had multiple reports of that. So I just thought I'd just get to the bottom of it a little bit more. Apparently they were all locked up at, every night and at lunch. Nope. We already know that they were left outside on a cart, as confirmed in the affidavit. As confirmed by literally everyone. Ugh, travesty. Anyway, I thought we'd just cut straight to the chase on this one. What do you think? Sabotage, I'm more inclined to believe utter stupidity. I cannot wait for the statement to come through from the police once they've concluded their investigation. I'm inclined to believe they'll probably side with a lot of what I've said. It'll be interesting to see if they do. It'll be difficult not to, because a lot of it's just common sense, but we'll just see. It does sound like Hannah Gutierrez and David Halls didn't do their jobs properly, so we'll see. But let me know what you guys think down below. Thanks so much. Take care.